Hey guys, it's Sarah and welcome to my review video. So today I'll be reviewing the first book in the Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. I believe that's how you pronounce her name. I suck at pronouncing names. Cinder. So this here is the Czech cover. It's not the original cover. So if you're gonna go to your bookstore, you're probably not going to see this unless you're in Czech Republic, and I think there's one other country. Now, because I'm Czech, I got it in Czech. And I live in Czech Republic, so that is why it's different. We Czechs got our own cover because we're cool. So for the non-spoiler review, as the title suggests, this is a retelling of Cinderella in the future. This is a very complicated world, I would say, to explain. So I would start from the bigger picture. So there are moon people, they're called lunars, and then you have the earth people, they're the earthens. So before I start explaining the earthens, lunars, there are two types. One are gifted, one are shells. They're the not gifted. The gifted ones possess a mental power which they can then control. For example, earthens or the gifted lunars themselves. And this gift is a mental power. A lot of gifted lunars, they use this for glamours to make themselves look thinner, better, just prettier most of the time. And then the second ones are shells. They're the non-gifted lunars, and the mental power does not work on them. They can see through the glamour, through everything, and because of that they're killed at birth. So now they're only lunars that possess the mental power. Earthens and lunars do not get along because earthens are rightfully scared of the lunars. And on Earth, this is set after World War IV. Of course, countries been, I will say, re-established. There are unions, federations, blah 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 blah. And also, there's this plague that's been killing people on Earth. And there's no cure for it, and it's been slowly killing more and more people. So, I hope this explanation of the world made sense. Now, this story is set in Beijing, and it follows the story of Cinder, which she's a cyborg that lives with her stepfamily. However, her stepfather had died, and now she's the only income for her family. She's treated very badly. As cyborgs are treated as property. They're not treated as human beings. They're treated more as their android part than the human part. And in this case, Cinder is the property of her stepmother. And now the story is follows Cinder and her, in a way, struggle throughout this world, her disadvantages, there are new secrets revealed, and it's fabulous, and I really recommend it. So if this sounds appealing to you, go check this out in your bookstore or buy it on Kindle or audiobook, and come back when you finish it. It's a great ride, and I hope you like it. Bye. Bye. So now for the spoiler review. I read this book quite a while back, so I might not recall everything, but I have few characters and few scenes that I love that I will be mentioning. I honestly tried to film an explanation of this whole, a bit of like summary of the whole book, and it's very complicated. I got lost within my own explanation, so I'll just do a quick summary. So we know that Cinder is a cyborg that is a great mechanic, has a brain, has a computer inside her brain, something like this. And then she's struggling, blah 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 blah. And then she meets the prince. They kind of grow close together. And then there's the ball. She tries to come and save him. She gets put into prison, and then she's found to be the lost queen. However, not publicly, in secret. So there's the quick summary. There are so many great characters that I had loved. And also the ones that I always appreciate in books, the characters that I hate. Like, if you really truly hate a character that is supposed to be hated, I think that's good. You always need like the counter character to the good character. So of course, I'll start with the ones that I like. Of course, I loved Aiko. Oh, I was so sad when we found her body was destroyed, but I was really glad that Cinder took her personality chip, and hopefully she's going to put in a new body in the future in the other books. Now, of course, I have also loved Cinder. I really like her character. She's very strong and independent and very smart, but that's kind of given that she has a computer in her head. And She's very resourceful. I really liked the character. I was not bored with her. I was not frustrated with her. I just went along with her, and I in a way agreed with most of the I would say even all the choices that she made, and I really did not have problem with the character, which for me, I'm very picky about main characters. If they're a tiny bit frustrating, I can't really read the book, it just frustrates me. Now Kai, of course, I also like this character. It was very interesting to see because he's such a, in a way, young king, and the struggles he was going through. There were big decisions, big problems put on such a young character and person, and see him kind of go through it was in a way inspiring. When Peony died, which is Cinder's younger sister, I think that was a really sad moment. I was really glad that one of the sisters wasn't spoiled brat and actually liked Cinder, and it was really sad seeing her die in Cinder's arms. Now, the characters that I hated was, of course, the Queen, and of course all the Lunars that were in the castle, because I really did not trust them. I do not like Cinder's stepsister and stepmother. Again, I think these are properly hated characters that were supposed to be hated. I had mixed feelings about the prince's advisor. I can't recall his name. He was, I don't know if I hated him or liked him, because his position in the castle, we don't know yet if he's truly there for the prince or if he's just power hungry. We're not 100% sure yet, but I like him now, but I'm still pretty wary about his intentions. Now, my favorite scenes, like I think the whole ending part of this book was fabulous, from the core, the dress, the leg, the dancing, and then the fall when instead of a shoe she loses her leg, then the whole reveal that she's actually lunar, and I think this whole part I loved. And the ending when we find out that she's Selena and the doctor brings her the extra limbs, I think that was fabulous. When I finished this, I was really excited to read the second book, and was kind of glad that I didn't have to wait a year to get it. So I immediately got it, so the ending was very entertaining. I didn't read this book, I read this book, but I listened to it as audiobook. I'm a big fan of audiobooks because that audiobooks let me multitask while listening to the books. Some pluses that I have about this book is that the story flowed very well. I did not have things that would bother me about the world, something that wouldn't make sense. Characters were very realistic in my opinion as well. I had no problem with the world, the story, or the characters. They all seem very realistic, very believable. I don't have any negative points for this book. I really liked it and I recommend it. I'll be making review videos about the other books in this series that I've already read as well. So if you have any other thoughts about this book, please comment below. If you like this video, please like it, and if you're excited for me to make more videos, subscribe.